All right, so what do we got here?
So Sage rod, I don't know this exact model, the launch
Okay.
model, but Sage makes really nice stuff.
Okay.
So it's a 8-weight rod.
8-weight?
Yeah, number 8 line.
Okay.
So 8904. That's 8-weight, 9-foot, -4, 4-piece rod.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Whoa. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Why?
I've never seen an Alutecnos fly reel.
What does that mean?
So Alutecnos is just a company.
Okay.
They make super high-end trolling reels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's a beast.
this thing's insane.
Okay.
Whoa.
Sweet. I had no idea.
Dude, you lucked out.
I lucked out. Okay.
I'm gonna send it to one of my buddies who's
Go
like
for it.
a really big fly fisherman.
Okay, cool.
He might
That's awesome.
That's insane, man. Yeah,
Sweet.
that's cool.
Edgar's the man, dude.
That is it's awesome.
Yeah.
With backing only?
That's what he gave me.
Okay.
Just like this. So he goes, you probably just need to go get some fly line put on it.
Yeah.
And
I'm just gonna strip a little bit of this down here and
okay.
back on. Nice.
So now, what do we have to do here to make this like go? Because I know nothing about fly fishing.
Well, we just have to attach the fly line.
Fly line.
Yeah.
And I would love to see what knot you put on.
So, depending on which fly line we go with,
Yep.
there might be a mechanical welded loop in it, and then we would just make a loop with your backing and attach with a loop-to-loop connection.
Okay.
If not, we just do a line-to-line knot.
Great. And like, what are types of things that would be good? This reel would be good for this setup that I have here. Would this be good for
8 weights for
Yeah.
around here?
Yeah.
I literally say an 8 weight's great for almost everything, inshore-wise and freshwater.
snook,
Yeah.
little jacks?
Yeah, small jacks, juvie tarpon.
Okay,
your,
perfect.
like smaller snook. If you go on the west coast, redfish, speckled trout,
Okay.
snook, anything like that. You can even fly
Peacock
fish,
bass.
Yeah, so peacocks.
Snakeheads and stuff.
Snakeheads. The only thing with the snakeheads on an 8 weight, if you're throwing a larger fly, you might have a little bit of a hard time turning over a large fly with it.
Oh, okay.
But that's the only downside to that. But
Okay.
if you get them to eat a smaller fly, you can land them for sure.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So I got a bonefish floating 8 weight here.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not like planning on going like all crazy.
Sure.
I'm just playing around with it.
Okay.
But,
yeah, that should be $40 for that.
Sweet.
Rio's a great brand.
Okay.
So, but that's like one of their lower end ones because like their stuff, $130 for a spool line.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good with the
You
float.
can go with that. So floating is
Sure.
the most common.
Okay. Why
so-
would you use floating versus not versus sinking?
Well, you're probably just gonna be shallow water fishing.
Correct.
So WF, weight forward.
Yep.
So that's like 30% of the weight of the line is 70% of the weight is in 30% of the line. So it's front heavy.
Okay.
So that helps you with casting.
Helps you cast
Yeah,
further.
so the weight
Okay.
of the line pulls it, and that's what's casting. 8 is your 8 weight.
Yep.
And then F on the end is for floating.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you pretty much want floating in freshwater around here because you're
Okay.
not. Unless
I do
you're
a lot of beach. I do a lot of
specifically-
beach fishing.
Sometimes,
beaches.
sometimes sinking line helps with that. Sometimes.
Okay.
But if you're trying to do like a lot of have a lot of versatility,
Yeah.
floating line is going to be the best option because
Okay.
you could always put on like a fluorocarbon leader, which
Sure.
fluorocarbon sinks.
Will sink.
So
And-
that'll
okay.
get it down a little bit.
Okay.
And you can work it slower, and
Got
then it'll stay lower. And if you throw any sort of fly with like a clouser has like the little dumbbell eyes, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like weighted, so it'll sink a little bit. But freshwater, for the most part, you're staying within like you're fishing like 5 feet of water, unless you're targeting deeper water. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But most people target 5 feet and less. If you ever go bone fishing, they're in inches of water. You need floating line.
Yeah.
Snook and tarpon generally feed up.
Yep.
So they'll come up. Jacks as well.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Okay.
floating line's probably
Let's do it, dude.
best bet for this. So.
Let's do it.
Yeah, cool.
I'm excited.
All right, so shore fishing.
Yeah.
So you have like your 10 International.
Sure.
Your Shimano Tiagra, right? Those are like the two big names because like they're the least expensive, very high quality ones.
Right.
So an Alutecnos is in that same world with the International and the Tiagras, but it's I want to say instead of like $700 or whatever,
yeah,
it's like $1,200.
No kidding.
So, yeah, they're insane.
Okay.
Very high end.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to catch a fish on it.
So I used to work at a like pretty high end offshore oriented tackle shop up in New York.
Yeah.
And I mean, the pens we sold like crazy, and the Tiagras we sold like crazy because of the price point. Anyone who was like, I want the Ferrari.
Yeah. It would be that thing.
Alutecnos. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So with this.
Yeah. What are we doing? This is our fly line that we just bought.
So on here, yeah, they're nice enough to tell you. This is the bottom of the line. So
okay.
On your little label.
What does it matter?
Oh,
just, huh?
The way it's weighted.
The way it's weighted.
So this is the end of the line. So this doesn't have a lot of weight. This is
really?
the top of the line. You can see it's thicker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's important because if you do it the wrong way, then you don't get the benefit of having weight forward line.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So on this, I'm just gonna do like a I don't know, double Alberto knot or something.
Sure.
Would probably be the best. A lot of people do nail knots. I don't really even know how to do it, so and I ain't gonna mess around with it.
No. I'm curious to see. So you said you're gonna make a double Alberto knot?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
Let me see how this works.
Fold.
Yep.
Fold this line over.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna double your backing line. I'm gonna go through.
Okay.
Just gonna wrap it around 3 times.
And this is a double Alberto?
Yeah.
And then back through the blue loop?
Mm-hmm.
Clench down.
Just want to make sure it bites into the fly line a
Yep.
bit. Yeah, that'd be all good. Trim this up.
Cut off the tags.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole new world.
Yeah. So now you're all tied up here.
All right.
So most likely you won't even see your backing.
You're right.
So you mainly just fight.
If you ever do, that would be like
if you get like a good fit, like if you hooked a better fish and you already dumped a lot of line out, so
right.
like on a full cast, right, you got like 70% of your line off the reel, and you hook like a very nice fish that takes a good run, then you might see some backing. Freshwater, probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
Tarpon, possibilities, especially if it's
that
a
big
larger
jack.
one.
Yeah.
A big jack, yes.
For sure, yeah.
Snook, maybe not so much.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's situational.
Yep. And like, there's a drag on the side, right?
Yeah, it's the drag.
And so now, like, how would you determine how tight to make that drag? Like,
So
similar to regular.
So when you start, you back off the drag. So this way you can strip your line out.
Okay.
So you strip all your casting line out.
Okay.
Either you're gonna have a basket, you're gonna have a bucket,
Right.
whatever it is. If you're on a boat, probably a bucket, like
Right.
stripping basket, bucket, whatever. You strip out your line that you want to use to cast, and then you lay it down, and then you can cast like that from there. But once you have your line out and you're ready to go, then you can adjust your drag accordingly to your fish fighting drag.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Sweet. I'm so glad you're here, Larry. Because I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all you have to do is attach it.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot.
There's nothing more to it?
You don't need this machine. Like,
Right.
most likely, it's going to be easier just to hand reel it
Okay.
because this stuff, it can bite into itself. So I'm like half contemplating not even using the machine. But because it doesn't matter if you lay this on tight or not. Like,
Okay.
With a spinning rod or a conventional rod, it 100% matters.
Got it.
Because like you want the tension, because if a fish takes a run on the spinning rod and you have like braided line, if it cut through itself, it can dig in if it's soft. But with this, you're stripping the line out anyway.
Right.
And it legitimately doesn't matter.
All right, so now the fly line is there, but like when we attach a fly, we're putting like what, like a fluorocarbon leader, or like what do we use for leader material?
So we have like mechanically tapered leaders on the wall over here. I could show you some. There's
Yeah.
like a bunch of different sizes.
Okay.
So basically you're going to scale it to what you want to target.
Okay.
But you can always just add. So I take the monofilament ones and then I add a strip of fluoro on the end for whatever. Like if I'm going for tarpon, I'll put like a 30-pound if I'm going for juvie tarpons or snook.
I have fluorocarbon at home. I just put a piece of fluorocarbon on, and or is there, what's the magic to it?
So you can build your own.
Yeah.
Generally, you would start with a higher pound test up top, 2 feet of like, let's say you're going to go tarpon fishing and you want to end on like 30.
Let's say I'm going to start with peacock bass because I live on a freshwater canal, and that'll probably be the best.
Hit a 2.5-foot strip of 30-pound mono, 2.5-pound strip of 20-pound mono, and then maybe like a 4-foot strip of 20, and a 2.5-foot of 30, and then do a 2-foot shot of 20-pound fluoro or 15-pound fluoro on the end. This way you build your own. So it's like tapered still.
Okay, so it's still tapered.
You just build it yourself.
All right.
So this is like, just for example, this is a bonefish one, right? It's a tapered leader. So it's 8-pound test. This up here is not 8 pound. This is closer to like probably 30. Like 17 or 20 or something like that.
Okay.
And it's tapered down to 8 pound, but it's like mechanically tapered. So they do it in the factory where it just has like there's no knots.
It's built in that way.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's the way that works. So I just I take these, and then as I trim back, I just add like new sections of my own stuff to it.
And you can just do like a double uni to okay.
Yeah, uni.
Okay.
Yep.
And then so what knot would you use from the fly line to the leader?
So these have not even welded loops. These have a tied loop in them, right? So you can make a loop on your.
All right. So if I'm going to do like peacock bass, that kind of thing, which one of these would you get? Like a 20-pound?
Yeah, I like to, 18, 20, somewhere around there.
Okay.
10, 12, that's 30. Here's a 20. So it's a 7-foot, 20-pound.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's the striped bass leader, whatever.
Yeah, all right. I'll go with that.
20 pounds.
Let me get one of them. I want you to just like put it on so I can see what it looks like.
Yeah. So with this, This is where I would go to learn how to do a nail knot.
Nail knot.
Yeah, and I would trim this loop off of here.
Okay,
I would
cut
just
the loop
it,
off.
Cut it right there and learn to do a nail knot.
Okay.
Or some sort of like, I mean, I wouldn't do that double Alberto knot on this. It works better with braid.
Okay.
Or Dacron, which I think that technically is maybe the backing. I would go learn like a nail knot for this.
All right, I'll look at YouTube. I'm sure YouTube has
Like
it.
I could just throw a loop in here that would probably hold. Basically, you just want to make sure the line bites into your fly line a little bit.
You feel it bite when
You'll
you
see
clinch
it.
down. Okay.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it.
Okay.
And you'll feel it too.
Sweet.
Yeah, and once it's like bit down, you can just like mushroom this out with a little heat. Just take a lighter, hit it a little bit, and tap it. Give it a little mushroom, so this way there's no chance of it sliding through the knot. So there's something for it to grab as well.
All right. Oh, so you just
Double safety.
you mean the tag?
Yeah, you're gonna mushroom the tag.
Mushroom the tag.
Yeah.
With the lighter.
So what I would do do your nail knot up here because it can slide before you cinch
Oh.
it. So when I have my monofilament away from the tag end,
Yep.
that's when I would mushroom this a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, just a little bit.
Just a little bit,
and
then slide it
it
down.
into position and then lock it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Sweet.
Yep.
Well, thanks for your help, man.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.